What's up, guys? It's your boy Hokage Pue here. The first semifinal of the Nations League this year went down today. My boys, my German Brudas, went up against Cristiano Su's Portugal, and unfortunately, my boys could not get the job done. 2-1 loss today in Germany at home. Unfortunate. I'm not gonna cry about it too much, and that's something I just want to really preface in this video and really go through in this video is like the overreaction of German fans online and everything about this game. Let's not forget, at the end of the day, guys, these matches are at the end of a long season, and it's not the World Cup, it's not the Euros, heck, it ain't even World Cup qualifying, it's Nations League. Now, I'm not sitting here and telling you the players don't care about the Nations League, because this game did have a lot of this game was very intense. Like, both teams cared, but they didn't care because it was the Nations League. It's because it was Germany versus Portugal. It was two titans of European football clashing together. That's why the players cared. It's not because of Nations League that the players care. It's not because the players really have been dreaming about the Nations League trophy their whole careers. No. Nations League only been around for like 4 years now. You know what I mean? It's only been around for like 4 years. So, cool, we lost. It is what it is. I'm gonna break down the game. We're gonna talk about it. Um, People are overreacting about it. All of a sudden, people are saying Germany's shit again. Blah 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 blah. It's so exhausting. It's honestly so toxic the way people look at this Germany team now, acting as if this Germany team was not probably the best team at the Euros last year. Because let's face it, Spain got away with the most blatant handball of all time against the German team that would have led to them losing the game if they got the penalty. Let's just keep it. Let's just keep it 100,000%. Let's just keep it 100,000. Let's just keep it honest. But if we're going to be objective about the game today, I don't think both teams played well. I'm going to be honest. I don't think both teams played well. Um, I felt for Germany's standards that they've been setting themselves the last year under Nagelsmann, it was sloppy. And even for Portugal standards, up until the game kind of turned in their favor with that Sao banger, by the way. What a banger from Sao. But up until that point, Portugal was very sloppy. They were asleep. If anything, this kind of was a game, first 60 minutes, all Germany. No, actually, like first 55 minutes of the game, it was all Germany, and they eventually capitalized in the beginning of the second half with a goal. Beautiful assist by Oso Kimmich, and then Wirtz with a very well-placed header, very, very well-placed header into the bottom right corner. Costa could not get to that. It was just perfectly placed from Florian. But basically from the 55th minute, 60 minutes onward, it was all Portugal. In the first half, Germany had they had three huge chances to score, and Costa came up with huge saves. Goretzka had a chance in the 4th minute. Voltemade had a chance in like sometime in the first half, and Goretzka or Voltemade, I forget who it was, had another massive opportunity. So there were three huge goal scoring opportunities for Germany in the first half, and in the second half they ended up getting that goal, but then Portugal with that Conceição banger turned it around. 5 minutes later, Ronaldo gets his goal to get the game-winning goal. Obviously, it had to be Cristiano now. I bet Cristiano sexuals, Christina sexuals will use that as more propaganda as why Ronaldo's still a top player. Ronaldo's not a top player. I mean, even against basically a very he played Germany's B string center backs. Outside of Jonathan Tah, Robin Koch and Waldemar Anton are fourth, fifth, sixth choice center backs for Germany. Rudiger wasn't there. Schlotterbeck wasn't there. So even against a very weak German defense, playing the fifth and sixth string, he was still struggling for most of the game. Let's just keep it honest. He was struggling for most of the game. So I'm not going to hear that bullshit Christina sexual propaganda. I'm just not going to hear it. But yeah, Portugal won. I felt like both teams were evenly matched. But I do have to say now, Portugal won, and I'm already seeing conversations online. Oh, this is so disappointing. People really mad at the national team, the performance. I don't look into it too much. My expectations weren't massive. I think in my predictions, I said Germany would win 3-1. And I mainly based that off the fact that Germany always beats Portugal. I think this is the first time Germany has lost to Portugal this century. This century, this is the first time Germany has lost to Portugal. And this is the first time Portugal has went to Germany and won since like 1985. It's the first time. So this doesn't happen often for Portugal. So they could have their win. I just know when it comes to the Euros and World Cups, Germany will beat that ass and get the dubs against Portugal. I sleep soundly at night knowing that is a certainty. But yeah, people all the I get people's concerns like the substitute appearances, that's something you got to talk about in this game with Nagelsmann. And I don't necessarily think it's Nagelsmann's fault. I don't necessarily think it's Nagelsmann's fault, but it's now happened 2 games in a row. The last game before this, that Italy second leg, and I think it was at Dortmund, that Italy second leg when we're up, 3-0 or whatever it was, the subs came on in that game after we were winning comfortably, and the level of play dropped significantly, and it allowed Italy to come back and score, what was it, 3 goals in that second half in Dortmund. And the same thing happened today. We were basically in control, and you could go to the match. We're in control here. We score in the 48th minute. Vitinho, Conceição, and Semedo came on in the 58th minute, and you kind of felt the tide turn a little. The game became more even because up until the 58th minute, Germany definitely was the better team. They were on top of things more. They had more intensity. They were creating all the big chances in the game. Vitinho, Conceição, and Semedo come on. Becomes slightly even for just a bit, and then these 3 substitutes: Gosens for Mittelstadt, Gnabry for Leroy Sané, Füllkrug for Woltemade. Now, Gosens came on instantly, scored, and it came from his side. He was one of the guys at fault, leaving that left side completely open. But that first Portugal goal, guys, I urge you to go back and watch that Portugal goal. And it's the same shit I be talking about all the time. The biggest culprit for me, Gosens is the second biggest culprit for that Portugal goal because he lets Conceição do whatever he wants. And as a left back there, you need to follow that guy and not let him get such a free shot. But the biggest culprit for that first Portugal goal is absolutely Leon Goretzka, and it's the same shit Leon Goretzka did against Inter in 2 legs against Inter for Bayern. That is a reason why Inter had so much free space in the midfield at times. The guy is always out of freaking position. Rewatch the Conceição goal. He turns towards the inside of the field on Gosens, gets the turn on Gosens. All this free space. You're looking at it, and Conceição does one turn, and he has all the free space to run towards the 18-yard box. The team for Germany set up today, Pavlovic and Goretzka in midfield. Pavlovic was the right-sided midfielder in the center, and Goretzka was the left-sided midfielder in the center. Conceição is coming in from the left side. Goretzka, nowhere to be seen. He is even further back than Florian Wirtz, our number 10 for the game. He is further away from where he is supposed to be than Florian Wirtz. So again, another instance of Leon Goretzka not being able to keep his freaking position in the midfield, and he leaves it open. Conceição goes all the space, and he's a quality little young player. He puts in a beautiful shot with his left foot into the left side netting, unstoppable. Ter Stegen kind of almost got his fingers to it, but it was a well placed shot. And again, it's just it comes in that wasn't even anything to do with the subs. The subs here, Gosens made the mistake there. I think he's the second most at fault for that goal. Gnabry came on and he was awful. I mean, that Gnabry performance off the bench is disgusting. It really, I was disgusted by what I was seeing. And then Füllkrug, listen, it's his first time back in the national team after the slew of injuries he got all season at West Ham. I necessarily wasn't looking at Füllkrug and expecting the most out of him because he's still trying to get back up to speed and playing top-level football because he had so many injuries at West Ham this season. He came on for Woltemade. He didn't really have any impact besides getting into a fight. It is what it is. And then you see Conceição scored, Ronaldo scored, and even these subs, Mecha, nothing. Adeyemi had some moments, but the subs for Nagelsmann, like, I don't necessarily think he subbed at a wrong time. It's just the quality of the subs, they shouldn't bring the level of the play down so much. Now, I blame him maybe for making those subs. We didn't necessarily need to sub here. Like Sané, Mittelstadt, and Woltemade didn't need substitutions. I'm just going to be honest. They didn't. But he made the subs, whatever. Now, who we can bring off the bench is different these times because another big issue with the Germany team this time around for these games is Let's just be honest, guys. Uh, Nagelsmann was missing 6 starters. I mean, you're playing a Portugal team with no key players missing. Look at obviously Neves at right back. That's not how they usually set up. Silva, Diaz, Costa, Mendes, Fernandez, Ronaldo, Neves, and the other Neves there. Semedo, Vitinha's there, Conceição, Jota, Palhinha, and off the bench, people who didn't play. Dallo, Felix, Leao, Goncalves, Ramos. They had everyone. But you look at this Germany team, they're missing 6 starters. They're missing Schlotterbeck. They're missing Rudiger. 1, 2. They're missing Schlotterbeck, Rudiger. They were missing Stiller. That's 3. They're missing Musiala. That's 4. They're missing Havertz. That's 5. And they're missing their starting striker, probably the best German striker at the moment, Kleindienst, who's out with injury as well. 6. And he was the starting striker the last 4 or 5 games for Germany. They were missing 6 starters in this game. So sometimes I don't understand with fans. If you're missing 6 starters and you're playing a good Portugal team, don't get me wrong, although I thought Germany would win, even with all these injuries, I knew we had the injuries. You're still playing a very good Portugal team, right? Lots of quality. But we're missing 6 starters and we're playing a Portugal team with basically every top Portugal player available to them. So temper your expectations. A loss here, fine. It's disappointing. We could have tried to win the Nations League and had some Fugazi trophy to our collection, right? And I understand the argument that, oh, we want to win because it builds momentum. We're a year away from the World Cup. I get that, but I don't think a loss here to Portugal in a Nations League after such a long season with a lot of these players having their mind on the Club World Cup in 2 weeks, I don't think it matters. I don't think it messes up with the momentum. 6 of our starting players aren't even here. What momentum are we going to be building with B team players in the team? Not much. This was a chance for Voltemade, Zane, Goretzka, Koch, Anton. It was a chance for these kinds of players that started today to give themselves to have a good showing for themselves and show Nagelsmann that they can be players that he can depend on. Voltemade, a very young player, and he will be a future guy that will always be in the Germany team. He missed 2 massive chances today. He missed 2 massive chances. Gosens, this is your first time in the national team in how many years? You were awful off the bench. Fulkrug just back from injury. Gnabry getting another chance with the national team. Extremely underwhelming. Just straight out shit. Nemcha, underwhelming. Adeyemi had his moments. All right, I'll give him credit. Like he hit the post from very tight angle. So, yeah, I'm not reading too much into this as a Germany fan yet. Yes, Portugal beat us. It sucks to lose. But I see the narratives online, people all of a sudden saying Germany are in crisis, saying this German team has no talent, saying where's all the German talent gone? These guys have fallen off. I'm sorry. Am I going to ignore that with our half of our B team and half of our A team today? We were the better team than Portugal for 60 minutes of the game. No, I'm not going to ignore that. Now, yes, 90 minutes. The game is 90 minutes long. So what happened in those other 30 minutes? But I am pretty confident in saying if Germany had their whole team, Stiller in the midfield with Pavlovic, Kleindienst playing off Musiala and Wirtz, Rudiger and Schlotterbeck back into the team, I'm pretty confident in myself in saying we probably beat this Portugal team if a team full of B team players was on top for 60 minutes of the match. I'm pretty confident we probably beat this Portugal team who had no injuries and had all their top players with them. Is that a psycho take to have? No. It's logic. It makes sense. So I hate seeing the narratives that all the negativity around the German team because of this one loss. Come on. The amount of work Nagelsmann has put into this team, the momentum we've gained, how we slowly climb back the FIFA rankings, and how next year at the World Cup, we're potentially one of the favorites. We'll be competing. I'm seeing people based off this one game against Portugal, people are all of a sudden on Twitter saying, yeah, Germany's a good team that could go 50-50 with the England's and Portugal's of Europe. But when it comes to playing the 3 top teams in the world right now, Spain, Argentina, and France, they won't be able to compete. They would get washed. Really, the same Spain team that this Germany team went toe to toe with in the quarterfinals of the Euros when their team was full strength and their team was full strength. Oh, all of a sudden, this Germany team, because of a loss to Portugal with 6 starters missing, we're all of a sudden coming to the conclusion that we can't compete with France, Argentina, and Spain. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like so many people with such stupid, shitty takes. They don't understand the game. Like a lot of people, and even, I saw people who understand the game having such a lazy, lack of depth analysis, lack of understanding, no context to their take. Just lazy analysis from a lot of people on the internet. This Germany team is in the right direction. You know, think of the players I just mentioned. Rudiger and Schlotterbeck bring so much quality in replace of Koch and Anton. Think of Stiller, probably the savior of Real Madrid that Real Madrid fans are twerking for to come to their club. Put Stiller in this team next to Pavlovic, who had a good game today. You're cooking. Put Musiala in there with Wirtz. Cooking. Musiala is the best German player. He was missing. Cooking. Add Kleindienst, the best German striker the past couple months, who is tall, fast, wins those headers. That's a huge threat. And then people doubt him. I have a love-hate relationship with him. Kai Havertz, nobody can that. Although Kai Havertz, I'm very frustrated with him because in the Euros he missed many opportunities. But no one can deny me that Kai Havertz does play a really good role in this Germany team at the number 10 position, playing a very good role combining with Wirtz and Musiala, who play on the wings, who will be playing on the wings. I think he does the role pretty well. You know, call me an idiot, but I think he plays the role very well at number 10, bouncing off Wirtz and Musiala, creating chances for their strikers or creating chances for themselves. So credit to Portugal, and I haven't really done much analysis on Portugal. They played well. I think they didn't start with the strongest team, but all their whole squad was there, and Vitinha came on, Jota came on. Even guys like Leao, Felix is a bum, but guys like Leao didn't even play today. It's a talented Portugal team, but I still see the weakness in Portugal. Like with their full squad there, they should not have been dominated by this German team for 65 minutes, 65 minutes. A German team with 6 starters missing. In fact, if anything I'm taking away from this game is red flags about Portugal. How can you let a German team with half their starting lineup missing do that to you guys? Portugal was completely shut out of the game for 60 minutes. They were. Besides 1 or 2 moments, they were completely shut out. That's concerning to me. That's more concerning to me than the Germany team with 6 of their starters missing, bottling a 1-0 lead at home to a full-strength Portugal side. You know what I mean? When you put it in context and you think about it, it's not a big deal. First of all, it's the Nations League. It's not a big deal. And second of all, the injuries, who cares? End of the season, a lot of these players anyway are thinking again about that Club World Cup and going on vacation for a month or a month and a half and then getting right back into the next season. So that's my take, bro. It's just I saw all the takes online so overreactionary, people posing being worried about this German team. So unnecessary points, unnecessary negativity. Look at the team, look at the injuries, look at the progress this German team has made in a year, and all of a sudden, because of a Nations League loss with 6 of our starting players injured against a full-strength Portugal side at the end of a long club season in a meaningless competition, people are out here raising questions about the Germany team. Oh, these guys can go toe-to-toe with England, Portugal, and stuff, but when it comes to Spain, Argentina, and France, they're going to get washed. As if we did not see this Germany team go toe-to-toe and get absolutely robbed of a penalty against Spain in the quarterfinals of the Euros. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. It's been your boy Hokage Puya. I swear, I feel like I'm talking. I feel like no one's ever going to hear my message. I feel like no one looks at things as objectively as me. And I know that sounds like I'm full of myself for everything, but I genuinely, especially when it comes to talking about my own teams, Iran, Germany, Bayern, San Diego FC, nobody looks at their own team like me. I am literally so unbiased and so objective. I take everything into context. But everyone out there, they get more clicks and every I mean, I don't even care about the views or anything, but I just see people with big audiences, growing audiences, growing influence have such lazy takes on my teams, and it's frustrating. It's so frustrating. But hey, that's why I have this YouTube channel. I speak to one or two people that watch my videos every time and try to just get my message out there, bro. Just try to get my message out there with my beautiful hat on and in my beautiful room with my beautiful laptop. Shout out to my beautiful girlfriend. You guys, it's been your boy Hokage Puya. Like, no, I don't care about like, subscribe, whatever. Do what you want. I'm just frustrated with the laziness. I'm not going to repeat myself. I said what I said. I'll see you guys in the next one. Germany will be, they're going to play that bronze medal match for the Nations League, like as if this is the fucking World Cup. There isn't even a bronze medal match at the Euros. And they're doing a bronze medal match for the fucking Nations League. Get the fuck out of here. But they're going to play the loser of Spain and France. Ideally, we'd want to win that one. Yes, we still have the injuries, but we don't want to go 2 losses in a row. It's been your boy. I'll see you guys in the next one for that post-match reaction. Peace.